What's up, chat? How's it going? Welcome to Legends Landing in Fortnite. This is I think I streamed in this one during the summit, but like this is the 2.0 version. 2.0 version, by the way. Mr. NoFN here. Welcome to my stream. Sorry guys, I didn't want to stream. Well, I wanted to stream Heat 1 and 2. But like, you know, like there weren't any that big names, you know, but like I should have streamed Heat 2 yesterday. That was kind of stacked. Alright, so like we have World Cup winners of 2019, Aqua and Nitrox. World Cup winner Solos, Booga, and FNCS Invitational 2022 champions Cami and Seti. Global Championship, Cooper and Miro. 2024 Globals, Peter and Poyo. Pro-Am, Peterbot and Aussie. 2025 Globals, Rastash, Queasy, and Swizzy. The Major One Summit champions, Biko and Malibuka. And now we have a mystery duo. And by the way, guys, this is the last heat. I repeat, the last heat before FNCS Grand Finals. And then tomorrow is tomorrow's the qualifiers for Last Chance, and then Tuesday is the Last Chance finals to the Grands, which will be this up and coming weekend, the 1st and 2nd. Hold up, chat. We're gonna wait till the pre-show, so I'll be right back. Alright, chat, this is the lobby list. We have Paper. We're highlighting big names right now. Paper. Golden Ozone. Oh wait, I missed the first one. So Peter and Poyle are in this heat. Clicks and Rapid, Agers and Veno, Higgs and Curve, Kanata and Sphinx. Who else is in this heat? I don't know who else is in the heat, chat. Oh, and in case if you guys are confused, the prizing is not today. It's during the grands. It's the first and second. First and second, chat. First and second. Let's remember that. So yeah, first place duo wins. First duo. The duo that gets first place gets $100,000. Is my microphone muted? Hold on. Yeah, first place gets $100,000. So that means each. So one teammate on the duo. One teammate. Each teammate gets $50,000 each. But like in EU, it has like more money and stuff, you know? So like right now it's 120K, 120 that the duo gets total. One minute and 20 seconds. I repeat, 1 minute and 15 seconds now, actually. See, like, how do you do that? Toys. How do you do that? Collection. Under a minute, chat. We have less than a minute before heat number 3. Well, the broadcast for heat number 3 begins, but yeah. Ooh, right here. Pass, right here. Oh, I kicked it up. Wait, where'd it go? Yo, where'd I just kick it? Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. What song is this? What's up, Zeke?
Or not bad. You guys ain't ready, baby. Welcome back to the FNCS. This is Heat 3. I hope you're prepared because this is going to be one of the most stacked heats we've ever seen. Lock in. It's FNCS time.
FNCS time. Fortnite Championship Series.
Viv, Kelly, they ain't ready. They think they're ready, but they're not ready.
13 minutes till game 1 starts.
This is Heat number 3. That's Kelly. That's Vivid. Kelly, it's Heat 3 time. It's Heat 3 time. All right, they ain't ready.
I mean, listen, we've expected since the qualifiers.
Sheesh, bro. Hold up. Let me get on this other one.
Contentious, the most exciting. But between Heats 1 and 2, we've had upsets, we've had our pros shining, we've had Sky
Oh my
Bases,
goodness, everyone's coming over
we've
here.
had so much incredible Fortnite in days 1 and 2, and we haven't even gotten to Heat 3 yet, Vivid. I cannot wait.
But that just hits home the hardest, right, Khalid? Because there has been so much incredible stuff happening over the course of Heat 1 and Heat 2. But when we were watching Heats number 1 and Heats number 2, we kept talking about Sunday. We kept talking about Heat number 3 and how stacked it was going to be, how many storylines we had kind of going into the competition here today, and we have finally made it. So even though we saw a bunch of stuff happen in Heats number 1 and 2, I'm expecting just a little bit more out of Heat number 3.
I can't wait, Vid. I can't wait. Let's get into it. We got to jump right into it. So in case you missed out on yesterday or the day before, we've been doing this thing called Session Summary. Viv kind of talks us through it. We take a look at all the duos in here, see all the players, and kind of just run through some of the stats.
All right, who do we have?
Vivid, hit us with the numbers.
Without a doubt, I mean, the FNCS Finals here is going to tell the story
No
of
way.
how stacked Heat number 3 is. By the way, Heats number 1 and 2, we did not get past the 300 mark here on these FNCS Finals, and we are up to 414 here in Heat number 3. That to boot, 25 total FNCS wins here across some of our competitors, and kind of that similar theme that we have talked about over the course of the weekend. New duos being 39 and
Fortnite watch party chat.
41 and 40.
Check it out on Legends Landing.
Still a bunch of new duos kind of joining the scene here for this competition.
Just search it up in Fortnite chat. Legends Landing.
I think what's even crazy.
Yo, get off
though, is
of
to
us, bro.
see how much experience, how many athletes we have in this heat, but to also see how many players there are without an FNCS Finals performance. It just goes to show how top-heavy NAC has really become.
Yo, what
But
is
of course,
what
we
is
gotta
Marty
talk about the top
McFly
teams
doing, bro?
then. We got Higgs and Curve that we have to talk about, Zeke, because as far as duos forming after major number 1,
Higgs
I was
and
a little
Curve,
shocked
baby.
to see Higgs and Curve, obviously Curve coming off the win from Major 1 with Veno, not exactly having the summit performance that they wanted, but to see
Chat, I saw Higgs at the Pro-Am chat. Literally, bro.
so long. Vivid, I think a lot of people were a little shocked, but also not necessarily disappointed.
I mean, it's just super rare to kind of see
Yeah, they're landing that,
NCS champions just instantly
Dude.
split up. But hey, listen, if this is what these guys want to go ahead and do, this is what they felt like was right.
It's so funny, bro, because, like, I was at the Pro-Am chat,
About it time and time again. What a lot of
and then,
these
like,
players look forward to
Higgs got so mad because I was wearing a Mr. Savage jersey, bro.
every single event.
That's, like, the only jersey I have, though.
Last event on the year, that global championship that we have had over the past couple of years, it just feels like everything is all about that. So if you have Curve and Veno, our reigning FNCS champions on NAC, go win the summit and they place 37th, they don't qualify to globals, then surely they felt like something just wasn't right there. So
Curve and Higgs.
because again, they're just probably thinking about that global championship qualification. That being said, though, we're going to be seeing Curve and Higgs kind of try to do the same exact thing over the course of, you know, not only
26 finals? That's insane.
but then, of course, next weekend they're going to try to, of course, play well there. And I like how this has kind of panned out for both Higgs and Curve. I feel like it's a really good duo.
I like that. I like the sound of that. Higgs and Curve. Okay, I like that. But obviously then, if Clix isn't part of this anymore, who's he duo up with? It's actually Rapid.
Rapid.
So now we have a different style of duo here of Clix and Rapid. Talk to me about this.
Yeah!
You know, an interesting mashup indeed. I think that as far as the start of their journey has gone, it didn't necessarily, oh my goodness, it didn't necessarily go the way that they wanted. However, they have definitely in the last 2 weeks, right just before opens happened, been picking up steam, landing over in Shaken Sanctuary right now.
Uncontested right now.
Uncontested for the Heats today. They're looking like they have a pretty good, you know, showing to get into obviously the grand finals. There's no doubt in that. But also just seeing how they've been performing in the last couple of weeks, I wouldn't be too surprised to see a great showing in grand finals as well.
Listen,
Clix has been liking that, the focus shotgun recently.
You know, it may work out very soon.
He's been liking it.
When they are playing the game, but for me, I'm going to slip up at
12
least
eliminations,
once
goodness.
the next week. I'm going to say Cold and Rapid. I mean, come on, Rapid. You can't team up with somebody's name who starts with a C once more after you know, you and Cold kind of break up there. But yeah, for Clix and Rapid, man, I mean, this is great.
That is
Obviously,
messed up.
Still kind of chasing that FNCS win. It does, of course, have to qualify to the grand finals today to go ahead and actually have an opportunity to go ahead and make that happen. But I feel like Rapid could be the secret weapon here. I mean, this guy online specifically over the past year, Chapter 6 and now Chapter
So yeah,
7,
like,
is not released outside of
so the reason Clix and Higgs split up, chat, is because
Keep an eye on these guys.
Yeah, babe, I'm gonna mix up the names. Mix up names all the time.
Yeah.
More on that later. Let's keep going though. Booga and Braids, yet another.
Booga and
duel
Braids,
seeing
that's a
Heat
good
in
duo.
the Heat. I mean, dude, Booga
That's a
leads
good duo,
Braids,
bro.
Now paired up with Braids, but you know, Kelly, maybe the
So like Clicks and Rapid split up
what we expect
because
from
Clicks needs like a
from name,
fighting
right?
IGL. Clicks and Higgs
You
split
know,
up because
it's so interesting when
Clicks
we talk
needed
about
a fighting
Booga, because I
IGL,
feel
right?
like every time people start to be like, oh, he's washed, he's gone, is when he actually comes out on top and qualifies for a LAN, which is obviously what we saw from Booga and Braids
And then,
coming out of the Reload Elite series. They're going to
so,
be
like,
landing
Rapid
over
is
in
more of a
Golden
IGL
Grove,
than
and I think
Higgs.
that they're going to have an easy time right now as far as the Heats go. We do know that, like, again, they only recently kind of formed at the end of last season, so to see them not necessarily having the consistency that we would want to see them out of the Div Cups, that's not necessarily too shocking. I think when it comes to Booga, though, he's really smart. He knows the differences that it takes for a Div Cup finals to something like
2019 World Cup
So
champion,
much concern
chat.
for them.
Yeah, and this is going to be that similar theme that Kelly was talking about yesterday, where you take this experienced player and you kind of, team them up with kind of this fragger, right? Somebody to kind of carry the torch in terms of those eliminations. Of course, Booga, one of the most experienced players that we still have competing today. 26 FNCS finals appearances of his own. Braids has made it his fair share, don't get me wrong, but he just has 11, right? So the disparity is there between the experience. But I feel like this could
Go, chat.
work
Let's
out.
play
The
some
reason why
football.
everybody kind of calls
Let's play some football.
Listen, how good is Booga right
Play
now?
football
We
with
haven't
me.
actually seen him play in a final since Chapter 6 Major 3. But over the course of that entire chapter, by the way, he got 7th, 6th, and 7th. So he was doing very, very well.
6-7.
Last year. He just has yet to kind of find his footing when it comes down to the duos. But Kelly already mentioned it. Reload Elite Series going well for these guys. Let's see if they can keep it going here.
That's right. We always got to put respect on Mr. OG's name, right? And that is Booga. Like to see that. One final duel here to quickly talk about. It's actually Golden and Ozone coming in here to Heat number 3. So talk to us about this duo. What can we expect from them today?
Well, they are going to be contested over in Frosted Flats by Cobalt and
Oh yeah, they did go to the summit, didn't they?
I'm not too concerned about that being the situation, though. Obviously, this is one of the teams coming out of the summit land, getting 13th place, which has qualified them to the Global Championships. And once you have that qualification already set in your mind, it definitely kind of affects the way that they play. Maybe the confidence levels are a little bit more there. Maybe they're willing to make a little bit more
They're landing
risks. And
Frosty?
honestly, I'm really excited to see what
I didn't
their
expect
coach
them to
TS
land
is
Frosty.
coming out with, because Golden and Ozone in the final 2 Div Cups, getting 4th and 2nd place, have really been showing up.
I mean, such an incredible run for Golden and Ozone right now. By the way, Summit was their first land. They went ahead and picked up 13th the first time they were already on that big stage show. An incredible job by these guys. Of course, we are going to be seeing them later on in the year to kind of continue on that and see if just getting that little bit of boost in experience can help them kind of maybe break into that top 10. Of course, though, Kelly already kind of mentioned it, to actually kind of continue with this little bit of a snowball that they are on right now after qualifying to the Global Championships. We would love to see them actually make it into the finals, which, by the way, Golden himself has only done it 7 times making it to an FNCS Grand Final.
Wait, so who's Fragger, Chad? Golden or Ozone?
So, not necessarily a common theme for these two guys, but the fact
Chad, who's the Fragger? Golden or Ozone?
brings into the question whether or not they can kind of overcome that early fight to make sure they either kind of get a win today or qualify for consistency.
I see. Okay. Many storylines kind of coming together here in Heat number 3. I feel like we... there's still plenty of duels we need to talk about, but I think we need to talk about the elephant in the room. That
Elephant?
is Benno deciding to move away from Sinister. Pivot.
No way, bro,
Can
just
you
called
talk us
Benno an
through
elephant,
why
bro.
that
That's
might
insane.
be?
Well, I went ahead and wrote down a couple of
Dude.
reasons, and probably the one that everybody is going to be thinking about is that 18-6 scoreline. And it's not even necessarily the fact that it was 18-6 in favor of Peterbot and Pollo across some scrims and across some cups throughout the week, but it's also the fact that for some reason the community just kept
Global Championship call team 18-6. Shadow and Virgo, Peterbot and Pollo effect. One to uncon Benno's explanation.
By Peterbot and Pollo. But also on the flip side of that, Peterbot and Pollo, really global championship qualified team.
I can't, bro.
They kind of have nothing to lose outside of course, you know, they want that prize pool money, but all of these players
Oh
I already
my
mentioned,
goodness,
all they
that's
think
so
about all
funny,
year long
bro.
is global championships. And if Peterbot and Poyo can kind of prevent one of these top teams from actually qualifying simply in heats here today, then they would 100% take every opportunity to go ahead and do this. So maybe that was something that Veno and Aegis were thinking about. Also, Kelly, the fact that Shadow and Virgo didn't qualify yesterday to grand finals, and this is a team that lands Harvard.
Oh, that's funny, bro.
They're not going to be in finals.
They had to
Maybe
put the
Aegis
score
and
too,
Veno
bro.
were like, well, maybe we can just get Uncon Heatwave in finals.
Which yeah, Peter and Poyo are a global champion qualified team.
Take out Bucky and Cam, and now listen, I understand.
Yeah,
As far
Bucky
as
and Cam
plays
are
and
quality,
general
or
understanding
Archon in
of
them.
Fortnite goes, Veno and Aegis is definitely up there above Bucky and Cam. However, I will say one of Bucky's strongest attributes as a player is his off-spawn ability. They have the experience, they have the understanding of the POI. So for Veno and Aegis to come here kind of expecting to get this potentially uncontested at grand finals, I think they might have to fight for it a little bit.
Yeah, without a doubt, we'll see how that breaks
Yeah,
out.
bro,
So
like
Veno's
don't count Bucky out, bro.
In some chats across the board, and apparently it was actually his idea to never.
What's the score gonna be, chat?
In the end of it all, he was kind of just utilizing them as sort of
Goodness, like
better.
so stinky in here, chat.
He just was like, listen, we're just gonna keep fighting them until it comes down to the moment where we have to leave. So now he's obviously left, and Kelly kind of mentioned it. Veno and Aegis are going to be going head-to-head with Bucky and Cam over at Heatwave. We'll have to see how this one pans out. But where does this leave Peterbot and Poyo, the duo, who have once again proved that they are not only one of the best duos in the world when it comes down to just placing in events, but they are also one of the best duos in the world when it comes to these off-spawn fights. I mean, we have seen it multiple times, not only throughout this year, but prior in the past. These two players constantly having to fight off spawn to kind of prove, hey, listen, we are as good as everybody kind of thinks we are.
Poyo got that mustache in there.
They kind of gave them the opportunity to prove once again, hey, listen, guys, we can defend first teams off spawn. We're going to push you out of our POIs. Please do not come.
I mean, there's got to be a reason why all the POIs that these guys land, it's like demons.
See, like I think
domains,
Poyo should be like
sinister,
the
it's,
frag,
you know,
like not the fragger,
they become
the IGL, you know.
I don't know if that's necessarily true.
Like Peter's more of a
They
fragger than the
become
IGL.
alliance that every David is looking towards to beat right now. And Poyo and Peterbot, even when we saw them at the end of Major 1 where they got, what, 7th place? And obviously that's a pretty poor performance for Pete and Poyo. And then they go to the Summit LAN and we get to see the double solo performance for Poyo. Like, there's never a moment where we're allowed to think, oh, maybe this is it. Maybe everyone else is starting to catch up to them. And then they remind us, no, you guys are playing in our lobby. This isn't NAC. This is Pete and Poyo's lobby.
Man, yeah, it's a lot, right? Like, listen, we've talked your ear off, okay? This Heat 3 is absolutely stacked. It's going to be an absolute banger. We have 40 seconds to go, so why don't we do this? Why don't we go head up, meet up with your casters. It's Jacob PR.
40 seconds, chat.
Set up the stage.
Or it's about to be 30 seconds.
Thank you so much. That's the big three on the desk, breaking down all the action. Some of the teams we expect to see in Monster. This is why the community is looking at this as one of the hardest heats in Fortnite history.
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, the content, the entertainment that is ahead of us is going to sell itself. I don't know who at Epic pulled out the drive and put the script together or something, but this thing is crazy because when you look at the roster here, I mean, Jacob, I saw the comments online. They were saying this looks like a grand finals lobby already.
No, it definitely does. You have superstars upon superstars. But you went ahead and look at some of the point values for these heat stages. Most of Major 1, the average is about 155 points to qualify. So far in our two heats, it's been 158. It's only a 3-point jump, but that's an elimination. That's a placement point, and we've seen 1 point change the difference of the course of history already.
Yeah, most definitely. You added that little, pepper in the randomness that, of course, there are going to be teams that come from nowhere, probably at the bottom of the standings, and then push through a qualification.
Yo, what's up, Noah?
We've seen that this
How's it going,
weekend.
chat?
I mean, shoot, yesterday we almost see the Sky Basing team in Jordan Brennan take home a random win in the game number 5, keeping it interesting for us. So, yeah, anything is possible here, but one thing's for certain, Jacob, there's going to be some upsets.
No, there definitely is 5 games today, 5 Victory Royale winners will punch their ticket directly to the grand finals. After that, we look at...
Alright, let's see how it's gonna go, chat.
So we get to see which team continue their journey in FNCS FNCS, dodge the last chance major, because game 1 is ready, so let's get into it.
I feel like this is the moment the entire community has been waiting for. Game 1 of Heat number 3. It's been
Let's go, chat.
to today, all weekend long. How are these storylines going to unfold? I mean, our analysts...
Heat 3.
They gave us the bigger...
It's finally here, chat. Game 1.
What's on the line? But more importantly, this is just the beginning of what's teeing up. One step closer.
Remember the rules of the Heats, guys. If you win the game, you automatically call to finals. Is that Reed? Oh, that's Reed. Oh, Reed's in this Heat as well. That's insane. Wait. Bucky and Cam?
This is the fight we thought would happen. Bucky and Cam banding over towards Heatwave.
Vino? No way.
Veno and Adrian looking to take the other side.
Yeah, not the best weapon for... Okay, Vino? Vino and Agers versus Bucky and Cam. Bucky and Cam looking good on the drop. Extremely well. Extremely well. Hold up.
We've seen it time and time again, but it seems like Bucky is here to fight, so we'll just keep an eye on that one. Jumping over to some other contested drops. I mean,
okay, cool.
From the community
good
side,
stuff.
Who is
regular bird.
There are 10, 11, 12.
How do I get this emote?
Potential battles happening right now.
Yeah, just all going. I would feel like at a slower pace here. That's kind of the trend of day 1, Heat 1, game 1, kind of throughout the weekend. But right now, you see when you're in the contested fight, sometimes you're not able to really slow down the pace. Neto, Zaita, just kind of taking the scraps. They don't want to necessarily take a big risk this early on in the tournament, so they are going to go their separate ways and kind of force a split, which isn't necessarily easy because the amount of teams in and around the battle.
Yeah, talk about those split plays now already. We're seeing how Peterbot starts to venture outbound. Of course, trying to play those mythic weapons. This is going to be a very big day for Peterbot. We'll have to see if he decides that he wants an early clock out, or if he wants to go the distance. We've seen a little bit of everything.
Peterbot already has the mythic Harley Quinn assault rifle.
14 eliminations per game, including of the 4 games.
Already. Peter and Poyo.
I mean, there's just so much going
great.
on here.
Uncontested.
You never know what you're going to get, but one thing's for certain, they're always
Mr. Bird.
Look at this fight here, Jacob.
Hold up. Nice, good stuff. Does get Preston over there, I think. Amplify. Solo. Oh my goodness!
A whole other team comes in as well. 3 teams straight fighting it out here.
Oh my goodness.
How they can get some early points, a little bit of advantage. There goes Castle going down. Van is going to go ahead and get that first knock, give his team a little bit of advantage. Him and Angel seem to storm this fight. It seems to be working out.
Yeah, doing a good job kind of cleaning things up right here. You saw Tsunami's Amplify kind of lurking.
Give me a sec, chat.
I was uncertain of whether or not he had his duo and he was ready to jump in himself, but seems like he doesn't want to get into this fight. It's a little too messy. If you attract any extra attention, he might get jumped on by these fresh duos here. Angel, Van get a nice little elimination there. Some points on the board, and everyone else splits up.
Yeah, Amplify, Kugo, just kind of blessed to be able to survive this fight. They might be solos as of now, but they're just trying to venture on out so that way they can hope to get their reboot card and their teammate back in the game later on. Clicks are rapid, getting busy early on as well. They already got that 1 elimination, and even though they might be uncontested here, Monster, they're lurking for some early game fights.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, you don't want a situation like we saw yesterday where some teams, a little hesitant, right, to make a move in game number 1, put yourself into the action. It takes me back to kind of to Heat 1 where Cold and Ritual nearly found themselves, right, on the wrong side of the Storm Surge for game 1, and that's kind of set them off. They weren't able to come back, but look at this. We were curious about how the fight was going to go down. Bucky and Cam had a lot of choice words to say about how they felt they've been prepared in this drop this entire time. And it'd be crazy for anyone to think that they can just jump on over to the harbor and take the drop from them. But so far, Veno has the lead here.
Yep, and you can already see what's in Ager's inventory here. He does have the scanner, so they don't necessarily have to lurk around super hard, take many big risks. They just need to figure out what building they think Bucky is in, and then throw that scanner nearby. So hiding is going to be very, very limited for him. You see the team on the outskirts, Mako and his duo, just trying to go ahead and get their split drop or loop and kind of bring it back. Out goes the scanner now, and now Bucky's position is going to be revealed. And this is
looks like Bucky is a solo right now, chat.
Okay with letting that solo live, but in this situation, down Bucky, they're
No
gonna let
way.
that one go to waste.
Yeah, they
Mino
have to
pushing Bucky.
You know, themselves to take a huge lead over Bucky and really.
Mino and Adri's pushing Bucky right now. Looks like Adri's gonna let him handle Bucky.
Finals lobby. So for Veno, for Adris, the option is very clear. It's them versus Bucky and Cam all day today. They're gonna do everything in their power to hold them back.
Take a pause.
Hold up, a little retreat.
HP in either one of the guys' inventory here. They have to kind of revert back on
KK.
that mending machine. They definitely have enough gold to get the med kits, to get the chug jug. Definitely gonna have a wide selection at the
Yeah.
So while they take this time, they still allow Bucky to try to figure out an escape plan here. As King and Praise also uncontested at Calamari Canyon. They're lurking outwards. They're an aggressive team, Monster, and they're already starting off game one in that same fashion.
It's a very fun duo right here. You saw them at the summit just popping off, putting on performances. I mean, in the practice room, King was someone who was slowly and surely earning everyone's respect just based off of how good he is in these types of box fights, head-to-head environments. He tends to win his ones very much regularly against the other NA Central heroes. Already flexing just that. Well, we have Skittles boy in here, kind of playing the zone right now in the chop shop. They pull the zone up towards this way, so they have a lot to work with. But again, this is kind of unfortunate, right? I feel like if you get the zone this early and you're playing Storm, you are not going to have enough damage.
Gotta agree with you 100% there, especially since we've already seen a lot of the teams rotate inwards, so it's not going to be too many options here. As Kugo finally seeing him still rotate up from the cluster coast. Just trying to figure out how he's still going to get his duo back into it. A lot of this coastline monster is contested by either split drops or if you go up towards Golden Grove here, Luga and Braids will kind of claim this as their own. They've claimed it all season long, so it's the kind of thing, whether it's contested or not, they don't stray away from a fight. And that's why it's getting kind of dangerous here while teams are kind of lurking in. But the biggest resource here and why teams are lurking here from their split drops is the amount of metal you're able to farm.
Yeah, definitely. You can see the remnants of other boxes. Refreshing. Forming up their material counts. There's still a loose solo here, though, lurking inside. This is going to be helpful for Booga, though.
Booga and
This
Braids.
is likely to be caught out first. Booga and Braids will be able to kind of jump on the opportunity as they get the extra download. The information of where the teams are. For now, though, everyone's pretty patient here. Booga Braids kind of eyeing that duo on the outside. Just kind of waiting this one out. Really trying to buy time here.
Just like we saw he might be by himself trying to
Kanata and Sphinx.
avoid the danger have to go. You kind of see Kanata and Sphinx. They are in Jojo Fishy, that top mountain. They have the benefit.
Blood clip Peter Ball as well, chat. Literally the perfect pre-fire.
It is very, very early on. You can kind of see the base that they're set up, knowing that most of the teams.
Ooh, these kids might not know where they are.
Gotta have the bulk of the hand.
Hold up.
This was a little
Might not know where they are.
have to group up together here shortly. Meanwhile, more roads.
Kingaling is cooking, bro.
Kingaling finds another duo. So again, Craze and King just
Kingaling.
doing their thing right now.
Kingaling. Kingaling and Craze.
You saw the
Higgs and
graphic.
Curve.
It said that there are 9 finalists, 9 champions. Sorry, the most of any heat in this particular heat. This is
Nice.
by far a very competitive lobby to be going against.
Yeah, you're seeing players like
Higgs, we gonna get Fraggy or what?
in their play-ins, Monster. You kind of look at a lot of their stats. They got 16, not necessarily the best.
Higgs, are we gonna get Fraggy?
15 eliminations.
We have to get Fraggy, Higgs. Come on, bro.
They had 4 games.
Let's go, bro.
Plus eliminations, one of the highest in this lobby outside of maybe Peterbot and Poyos. Just goes to show when that switch gets flipped, they can turn it on. They can
Cooper
get
and Reed
aggressive. They can
looking
also
as-
have a
looking good as well.
over towards Lifty Log. They know the zone is working in their favor.
Okay,
They
good
overstay
loadout.
welcome. They have a mending machine which no other teams are going to touch. So right
Ooh,
now,
Reed
it
does
seems
have the
like
mythic shotgun. Good stuff.
Reed and Cooper, uncontested Wonky Land, and they waste no time making their way down.
Yeah, they have one of the stronger drops.
Circle by pull towards the 0 point, I think.
Of the loadout, but jumping to Veno, Majors.
Yeah, they were able to kill Cam, but they weren't able to kill Bucky.
Find action led them to Craze and
That shows how good Bucky is, bro.
battle here. I mean, we've hyped up King and Craze enough. this is about to be the point where they get to show us if whether or not what we said was all smoke and mirrors, or they really do have what it takes. Majors, Veno kind of backing off here, looking to almost get themselves situated a bit more. King and Kratos recognizing, hey, this might be a really good team. Look, they kind of
Did he just
back off the machine here, go back into the storm as a safety strap.
There's no real reason to make some big risks.
Majors and Veno? They already rotate out of their POI. That's good. Circle might pull towards 0 point a bit, low key.
Back on over towards the Battlewood. You know, more and more teams coming from the north side of the map, or even the eastern edge, will try to make their way on over.
Yo, Chad, like none of my friends are on, bro.
Occupied side of the zone.
Literally, bro.
Battlewood's right out of the gate. Seneto and his duo Zypta really haven't moved. They just parked that ship, and they have no intention.
There you go, Chad. I leaked my friends list. I'm trolling. I'm trolling, Chad. I'm trolling.
Southern half, right, of the Battlewoods themselves, so sitting very much situated right now. Take a look at the map. Still so many teams playing the outer skirts.
It pulls center of the map. Holy cow.
But here comes
That's.
outer edge congestion that's gonna start taking
We
place.
barely see any of those zones. Center of the map is kind of impossible.
It's really not much to worry about, but now that the storm revealed itself, eyeing up this duo across from them, they're gonna go for the shockwave play likely.
How's Clicks and Rapid looking?
Mind games that Storm Surge plays. You're 90 above that damage threshold, which kind of is like cool.
Wait, did they die? No, they didn't.
But as you progress
Golden
in the game,
ozone,
if you
bush
don't
camping.
land any more shots, you will find yourself below that damage threshold. So you're kind of with a choice,
Come
do I
on,
go
bro.
for damage
Where they at?
early where not too many players are kind of squished close together in a close proximity, or do I wait till later in the game where panic starts to set in all around the lobby? Definitely decisions need to be made. Golden ozone contested fight. Looks like they have survived that one. Just waiting in a bush, not trying to build.
Golden ozone looking good.
Just trying to see if anybody strolls by and makes a mistake.
Extremely well.
Yeah, this is a nice little bush to be playing, especially here on the outskirts of the zone.
They're gonna have to rotate a little bit more.
There's other duos working their way towards them here. You can see Zeely right beneath him. Now, do remember when we last saw Zeely, he was a solo, so these guys are moving with not much to
Nice.
work with.
Good-
Oh,
good little
gosh,
sneak
they opened
attack.
A huge shot. Very smart by Golden trying to break the structure.
Reload and key that. Nice.
Zeely goes
Good
down.
stuff.
There it is. He gets rewarded. So I'm thinking they understand his team's under surge. That's going to be all the telling that they need here.
Yeah, that's
stuff.
a huge signal. You don't
Yeah, just spray
necessarily
low-key.
see it in-game.
300 and above already.
Kind of casting it, you see the players
And
get,
they
like,
won't lose
struck by
anything.
Storm Surge. You don't necessarily see it while you're in game. The only real clue is the audio of the shields crack.
Oh, yeah,
Just
400
like that,
oh,
no
yeah.
knock, straight elimination and
Yeah, free kill, bro.
both of those eliminations
W Golden.
cleaned up. Just like you said, there could be rewards
W
for
Golden in the chat, bro. W.
Absolutely pays
Clicks
off
and
for
Rapid
Golden
looking good.
zone. Now they're going to see more and more opportunities with other teams from outside of the zone.
What is the circle pool?
Yeah, that was crazy. That team is keying them. They probably are also below the surge here. We'll see what ends up happening.
Pools north,
Neto, Zipta, they took too
northeast
long to initiate the
of
battle on the
Battlewood,
team that was on the outskirts.
okay.
They find themselves by
Northeast.
themselves now at the Battlewood woods here. And look, they have to fight their way towards the rest of the lobby here now. Finding themselves barely 40 above. Seems like something worked out in their favor. But either way, pressure is on them. This little opportunity they have right now to kind of reset, get back in the game, they shouldn't take it for granted. They need to be looking for activity here.
Yeah, they might not be desperation mode.
Like, bro, this is the most stacked heat. Why are we watching? Why are we watching like new player POVs? Like, let's watch Peter Bot or something. Like, he could drop a 20 bomb first game, bro.
He
can do that and they won't even know. Like, literally, bro. Like, come on, bro. What do you guys think of Storm Surge, guys? Kinda good or bad? Yeah, his teammate's dead. Ooh. Oh, good try, bro. I'm sorry, guys. I jinxed it, bro. Crazy and Kangling.
7 eliminations and we've barely
Nice,
touched the
bro.
end game now.
When did Craze join Gen G, bro?
Performance for King and Craze.
That's just one of those moments, man, for King and Craze. They just make it in the zone, no intention of fighting. They're the ones who actually get aggressed on for a second. And then when the dust settles, Monster, they get 4 bodies worth of loot
Nice.
to go ahead and progress in this game.
2 eliminations already for Pete.
6 above the damage threshold.
I thought we have 6 by now.
Not necessarily going to be worried for Peterbot and Poyo, especially with their 2 eliminations
Can you-
here. It's more so about
Ooh,
making it up
3
the side
actually.
of this mountain or through
Hold
this
up.
cave.
This is really interesting. Another elimination now falling to.
Come on, Poyo. Yes, key that, key that.
Last little touch of damage here before the surge actually supports them, but Poyo's not going to let this one up.
Key that, Poyo.
Intentionally chosen to come down and into this tunnel.
Hey, good try, Poyo. Good try.
Of course, prefer to put themselves in a more
Come on, guys. We got a key.
advantageous spot.
We have to key, bro.
Peterbot Poyo looking pretty good right now. They just have to weather the storm. Hopefully, find
These kids won't
material
stop.
count.
You have to fight them
They
for
wanna
surge.
Play this end game out comfortably. Regardless, though, the way the kind of zone's playing out here, we'll be seeing them get active here shortly.
Does pull a little bit more northeast.
Looking towards the side, seeing
Nice.
Frenzy, seeing
Nice,
Frenzy
Peter.
immediately go to her. Frenzy's gonna be the first one going down. Clicks is able to steal away that second elimination, but nobody's really closing the gap. It's still too much of a risk so far for Peterbot.
Wait, we got Clicks fragging now. Hold up.
Steal away that lead. But you can see the attempt is in the back of their minds. They know they got to go to zone, and they know these opportunities
4
will
eliminations.
come as this game progresses.
They're smart. Look, they're not even going to go for the loot. They seem to recognize, hey, that's a little too risky. If it goes to the
King-a-ling
outskirts,
craze.
right, it'll allow the server to single us out. King,
4
meanwhile,
piece.
on the other side, jumps their way up to 8 eliminations, taking a little bit of that prestigious high ground there.
Oh, Poyo goes down.
Gets situated first. Reed Cooper had the high ground. Boyo lost on the rotate here. It was going to be a tough
Goes
one
down to Rapid.
but they needed that material. They were
No
pretty
way.
desperate for it, just as they were working their way
He
across
goes
the
down
map.
to Rapid.
Rapid on the other side of
Clicks
the
and
box.
Rapid are on the other side though.
Actually make a really big play
Is
here.
Rapid aware of this? Looks like he is.
Even more so,
Rapid.
you see Rapid's trying to
Catches
take down pressure
Poyo
on
right there.
Lawrence.
Oh my goodness,
Poyo
double
was
spray.
his initial target, but sometimes, Monsuino, you just gotta take what you can get. You can see why
Peterbot's a solo, come on.
them on the other side
Do it for the
of
view-
that wall.
viewers,
But that's
Peterbot.
just where the zone is going.
For the
Right now,
viewers.
slightly moving up towards the top of that mountain.
Top 24.
Towards the west.
Venno
If it goes towards
Agers.
the east, we'll keep that one in play. Anywhere else will gradually get
Non-shambles
easier.
yet.
Just have to be able to survive up until that point.
Good
Yeah,
mats.
I'm not even sure if we
Buff
saw the
surge.
conclusion of Venno.
Good.
Agers hunting down Bucky, who got away. So it seems
4-time
like
FCS champion.
that's still
Not
an
5.
ongoing Situation, but Venno's the one that is obviously making their appearance here in this end game. I see Booga and Braid still standing. Clicks and Rapids going to be off to a strong start. Meanwhile, High Ground now gets sniped up by Venno. That's a key elimination.
Nice,
for them.
Venno.
My gosh. Gets
Good stuff,
the
though.
Elim, and now they get to rotate in time without taking any extra damage. Let's talk about
Venno and
Agers'
Agers,
turn of events.
somewhat of high ground right now,
Trying to
but
figure out how they even got up there.
Good
Wow.
stuff, you
It's
know.
just step by step, he climbed up the mountain and just took out
Reed and
Cyclops.
Cooper.
So, Agers one side of the high ground. On
Now,
the
hold
other,
up.
Reed and Cooper probably reading that they did pull zone. They immediately build up, trying to keep it.
controller goats right. Controller goat right here.
In the 8th zone,
Reed.
39 builds on Reed. You gotta hope
Ooh,
Cooper
Peter Bile
has
over there in
more.
dead
Right
side,
now, it is
forced to
the
rotate.
to hold it for the rest of the game.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, and I was just going to say, you know they're going to have the shockwave across, right, and get situated here if they want to have complete control. Someone looks to be contesting. I see Rapid down. Don't forget, Peterbot's still playing this as a solo
Rapid's
right now
down,
as well,
bro.
so
Clicks
your
is a
big team's still
solo.
surviving
Clicks.
here. Clicks now has to play this one out.
Going up against
As a solo
Booga and
player as
Braids.
well. It's Braids on the other side of the wall alongside Booga.
Ooh.
Clicks, though, tries to fight his way into the Chug Splash. Definitely worth it. Meanwhile, here's Peterbot.
Ooh, same amount of points as
Elim's
Peterbot,
now made
though.
his way
Hold
to
up.
that new zone. He's just trying to download information here.
Who's the better solo clutch? Come on.
No, but these are sometimes
Oof.
the best players in the world as a team. But there's just a different freedom.
Clicks is closer to the circle.
Worry about anybody but yourself. That's
Peter
what
Bot
we
is
see
forced
here.
to rotate and use
Side by
more of
side,
his
Peter Bot
mats.
and Clicks, same scenario. It almost looked like
Clicks
two different
does have more
teams.
mats, though. Ooh, Peter Bot gets hit hard.
Onto a whole nother duo, not scared to back down, but he takes too much damage.
Clicks
there
going
in that
up.
situation. Forces
Beautiful
himself
rotation,
outside
Clicks.
of the zone. Without any shockwaves, it's going to be tough for him to find his way back easily.
Yeah.
This is crazy. Peterbot goes for the full HP
Ooh, no.
play as he tries to fight his way to mid-ground layer.
No.
But he gets put down. Meanwhile, Venno and Agers
Venno and
are
Agers
still
looking
going here.
great.
Venno leading the
Braids
charge
gets
here,
Higgs in the
but not
kill feed
Agers.
right now.
Gets the follow-up right behind him. They're now at 3 eliminations here.
Wait, is Peter still
Players on
alive?
all sides of their walls, but often
Crazy and
goals
King-a-ling
all over.
applying pressure to a team.
Our Elim leaders right now at 10 eliminations and still running through the lobby here. They have control and the complete control.
Cooper gets a
of the
kill.
mid-ground layer here.
Peter's still alive.
Looking up.
Clicks.
Yeah, Booga and Braids, Peterbot still lurking
Where's
around.
Clicks at?
From
I don't see
4
Clicks.
to 2, he's under pressure.
Ooh, Kingling goes down. The Creon.
Only 70 on the chug jug. No way
To
for him
Crayon.
get back up to
Crayon.
full HP
I'm
or
sorry,
shield
Crayon.
without
Crayon.
elimination.
Peterbot gets Kingling.
Peterbot's gonna get the elimination onto King. Venom with Agers down below. They're
Nice.
going ahead and dodging all the chaos up above.
Peterbot needs Siphon so bad right now. Peterbot needs to play Jug. These guys aren't letting them.
Now they're the first to take advantage of the teams trying to find their footing here. And this is working out so well. Look at the high ground position. No, it's
What
Booga
up,
versus
Booga?
Cooper. Booga
And
ends up on
Braids.
top. Braids is still holding on though. And they're trying to
No way.
situate themselves here, but it's cost them everything. They have no more materials left.
Yeah, you just gotta hope that Braids has just enough.
Clicks and Storm playing Chug. Peter.
Opportunity
Oh
is
my
being
goodness.
back to back, getting both of those eliminations. Monster, we saw him almost on 0 builds a couple of seconds ago. My, how time flies, and now he's going up for the high ground. We know he's gonna contest it.
Going
all.
for the 1v2?
1v2 situation. He's trying to bring him
No,
back down
Peter,
to reality
no way.
as he drops down, realizing it might not be worth the risk to use all these builds for a fight that is not going my way.
Kanata.
It's just different, right? You see the
Oh,
recognizing that he can do
Clicks.
something big there. Meanwhile, Peterbot versus
Oh.
Clicks. Clicks didn't want anything to do with that solo player. He had no idea it was Peterbot, but one thing was certain: it was danger nearby, and off he goes. I like this play by Clicks.
20
He's trying to
HP.
stay alive
He
here,
needs shield.
as many placement points as possible. This is a true clutch. It's
kinda risky.
Both Peterbot, Booga, Clicks, Veno, all these guys still holding
Ooh,
on here in the lobby.
no way.
Peterbot's still hunting right now, though.
Clicks gets Cooper. He gets Cooper.
Solo on a different layer.
20 Chug. Player Chug. Player Chug. Only 9 shield. Okay. Oh, no way. Peter goes down. Clicks. Does get the finish. No way. Kanata gets another kill as a solo. No way, bro. 10 builds, 7 builds, 2 builds, 0 builds, 0 builds.
Listen, no pressure here for Clicks or Kanata. They've done enough at solos. They
Oh,
pushed their
Clicks
way
is looking.
to the end game.
Oh, Clicks goes down to Kanata.
To perform here.
No way.
Falls first, but it's okay.
Booga!
In the end there, Jacob.
What did Kelly say on day 1? In the jungle, the mighty jungle, the lion sleeps tonight. No, he is awake. He is roaring. He has now punched his ticket to the FNCS Major 2 Grand Finals.
Roar.
I'm just gonna say,
Bro, Kelly's laughing, bro.
that's why you can never count out the lion. That's why you never count out Booga. That's why
Never,
every
bro.
time
Don't ever count out the lion, bro.
Oh, this guy's so washed. Oh, shut up. You don't know anything. Are you a lion? I don't think so. No, Kelly was... Kelly, oh my gosh.
Crazy stuff there, Kelly. But yeah, I mean, listen, Booga and Braids there jumping into action. Came in number 1. How in the heck have they returning to the big stage
Booga.
here? Listen, this is exactly what we want to see from Booga and Braids. Obviously, we want to see them make it to the grand finals, but with a statement to be made.
Good
as well, right?
stuff,
If you
bro.
come out swinging, if you come out winning game number 1, I feel like
We
you
don't
just
play,
get a little
Booga.
bit more emphasis, if you know what I mean. And I kind of talked about it the last time that we have unfortunately seen Booga himself.
These FNCS champions are nowhere compared to you, Booga. Come on, bro.
We didn't get to see him at Global Championships, we didn't get to see him in Major 1 Finals, and we did not get to see him at the Summit. So that's why it's been a long time since we've seen Booga himself. That's why those conversations were starting to kind of rile up. Oh man, how good is Booga? This is what he needed. He needed a statement to be made here in Heats. Obviously,
Yo,
we can see
Kanata
him continue on
almost
with
took-
performance like this in the grand
almost
finals,
1v2 though.
But I'm really liking what I'm seeing here, Z.
Dude, it looks so good. It's crazy you guys heard. Didn't hear
If he wasn't 1 HP, then
crazy joke.
he
did not
definitely
go
could have
out
clutched
far.
that.
But I agree, man. It's crazy to see them. And the fact that we saw so many different fights there, like the fact that they jumped.
Nice,
on
bro.
Booga was like, bro, I'm going up there. I'm going into overdrive. I'm taking the fight to them. And then they walk away with a win in game number 1. I mean, dude, this looks so good. Kelly, are you there? Sounds like you are.
No way.
The mouth that I call Bugha washed. Please do not say that. I was not calling
never said
Bugha
that.
washed. I would say that other people were calling him washed. But regardless, congratulations to Bugha Braids.
That's right. Guys, we're going to go to a break. When we return, we're going to
Let's
take
go,
a look at some
bro.
of the unfoldings of game number 1 by taking a look at the standings. So, we'll see you right after this.
Of course, the first clip they showed is Peter Bob killing Frantic, bro. I mean, Peter's just that good, chat. Alright, chat, 2-minute, 35-second break. Alright, I'll be right back. Yo, chat, we're back.
Welcome back, Fortnite fam, to the FNCS. Game number 1 goes the way of Bugha and Braids.
Good
That's
stuff,
right, let's
Bugha.
just
Good
stop
stuff, Braids.
questioning Bugha on everything, okay? He's Mr. World Cup. Don't forget it. All right, though, a lot of, man, so much action happened in that last game with so many duos we're just used to seeing, or players that are, remember, we've
Little
seen
Rebel,
masses,
come on.
so it kinda feels like
Hall of
sometimes,
Legends.
Kelly, every duo look at each other like, hey, everybody move one tier left.
Right there, bro.
That's the new duo.
Right there.
But
You're a World Cup champion. Booga.
look at the standings.
The
You see
GOAT.
a lot of names here
Check out standings.
in this
Please,
top
please.
10 by themselves.
Clicks and Rap in third.
And also a reminder, if we get a victory royale, we go to next week's finals. That
Kanan
means we're not
Sphinx
seeing
in second.
Braids anymore today.
Peter and Poyle
Look forward to
fourth.
them next weekend. Or we need to end the top 10 win consistently, which is basically the top 15. Kelly, Kanata Sphinx,
Nice.
currently first place.
Look at that, Kanata and Sphinx after that last game, and we saw that Kanata was a solo, but I feel like everyone at the end of that game besides Bugha and Braze was a solo. We had Clicks, we had Peter, and then of course Kanata, though it's those eliminations that they were able to
Kanata was cooking, low-key.
around because there was just so much chaos going on. However, I will say we saw what I would consider a more typical high ground than what we've seen.
by the way. I got high ground, thank you very much. But after this moment, I mean, if you take a look at the material count and how they were kind of doing with their loadouts.
Idris and Veno did good in that game. I'll say that was the best duo in that end game. That end game specifically.
Yeah, I thought they would kind of look to control the high ground, but they jumped all the way
2-minute break till
the lower ground. Of course, they do end up having a good game, but it feels like they could have potentially given up that win condition here in game number 1.
Man, it looks. I'm shocked. I'm like reliving this game, and when I just look over my notes, I've written so many things. We talked about Kanata there and Sphinx in kind of in our first place for the moment.
Better. I already won. Like, what's the point? Oh my gosh. Took high ground as solo. Probably got died at all.
Now towards the top of the leaderboard, it has been all about
Give me
the
up there.
performances. We're going to go ahead and take a look at it quite soon. I think it was actually Clicks and Rapid that ended up taking out Pollo on the back foot of Peterbot, and Pollo trying to make a little bit of a rotation here. So we will see Pollo go down in just a quick moment. But yeah, I mean, Peterbot kind of reminds everybody. I won't lie. For some reason, I shouldn't say for some reason, for good reason, the focus of this duo has kind of shifted to Pollo being kind of like that star player on this team. But Peterbot reminds us that it's like it's both of them simultaneously at any moment's notice. Either one.
We're gonna switch lobbies, chat. Just for the break, you know. Just for the break, chat. Just for the break.
Peterbot's like mind moving and he reacting so crazy. Guys, I'm getting word though. Game
Guys.
is ready. I'm ready to jump back into the action. Casters, are you?
Yep, they're ready.
100% ready for sure. I know coming into today, Monster, we knew there was a certain level of excitement to expect, but out of game 1, early, even had King and Craze felt like they spawned in with 6 eliminations.
Yeah, and you saw them still way up at the top of the standings based off of their eliminations alone. And they
Kingling and Craze were looking good, though.
Over 10 elims, which is crazy. So more than half of their points basically through just eliminations alone there, Jacob. Talk about a performance.
Yeah, and I've obviously seen throughout the 2 days already, these solo clutches play a huge impact to being able to not have that desperation game 5 where you need a victory royale. So I'm going to keep my eyes peeled on that. And when you look at some of the damage stats from game number 1, Peterbot, Veno, King, top 3 in terms of overall damage. And then you have Bugha, who already qualified with that last game and leaves a drop spot open. Who's going to take that drop, if anybody? Let's find out.
Well, with game 2 spinning up, you know, I do want to highlight the broadcast made Veno look so good in that last game. Every time he jumped in, it was like we didn't miss a beat on his action. You just saw.
Yeah, W's in the chat, bro.
So effortlessly.
In the chat, bro.
It seemed like no one wanted to go all the way down there. They didn't know what was going on, but either way, they pushed through very well. This is a bigger problem for them, of course, to worry about, right? You see how the drops actually playing out.
Jeez, bro.
Monkey and Cam go straight down for their side of the map. They seem to be getting their weapons first as well.
Okay.
It's really interesting because that can go either
Oh my
way.
goodness,
But
Bucky.
Veno and AJ have enough time here, right? They're giving them too much
Don't
time
die, bro.
to get situated and then take the fight on their terms.
100%, and I think that's just a little bit of something they're going to have to learn as the game progresses. And they're going to have to start to act quick as a team like Veno and Agers. Once they get enough points where they feel like they qualified, who knows what type of animals we'll see then. It's Peterbot and Pollo, business as usual. We saw this in that last game. They landed their drop spot. Pollo does stay in the POI. Peterbot does tend to try to go for that Warforged Mythic AR. This time around, I'm not sure if it actually did.
Canard on Sphinx, Clicks and Rapid, and Pete and Pollo.
I talked about Golden Grove, Booga, and Graves.
And King and Craze.
Number one, they will not be
not bad, not bad.
Today's action because they're already in the Major 2 finals, and now you have 3 teams now landing at Golden Grove.
Yeah, I was already calling out the fact that there were over 10 duos being contested across the map in general. It is no surprise right now that with Booga falling this early, a Nate POI is going to get sniped up right away. I mean, you have a lot of action here. You even have some relatively solid players like Tsunami's Amplify and Loris here. Very, very stand-up individuals. They were before kind of taking that outskirt. We saw them lurking on that other team fight, but I guess they're doing the math and say, hey, why fight for scraps so we can fight for the whole POI?
I mean, that's usually what I think. If you're going to contest something, make it worth it if you win. But when 4 different teams have that same idea, it kind of turns into a slugfest.
There's 4 teams here?
He cracks the shield, trying to go ahead and figure out where that elimination's at. Because he's running out of SMG ammo, does not have a shotgun, and
come on in, play.
When it comes to those materials.
You got this, brother.
Yeah, one player doesn't have mass, the other doesn't have ammo. This is a tough spot to be in.
And play goes down.
CB
left us solo. He got a knock on one.
He did get a knock there, so anything can still happen. He still has a couple of shields to work with, but with no material count, desperation kicks in. They get hunted and found out.
No, Amplify.
RGN duo has arrived here. They're looking to clean up house.
Slip and slide their way into that box. Good damage on the side. Weaving in and out of these boxes to try to stay alive, draw for time. So many of these players either got eliminated or kind of disengaged already, so it's basically a full target on your back until you're just eliminated out of the game altogether. Realize Afonso, they went ahead and took an opportunity, and they cashed in on it.
Yeah, well played from them. They didn't get a bulk of points, they got a few. Meanwhile, this Clicks and Rapid, so much attention on what Rapid brings to this duo. I feel like we were discounting Clicks.
Rapid brings so much, bro.
Last game, he really just showed up, you know. It's not often I feel like we see Clicks really come out strong in an initial game like that, but I love what we're seeing. I'm thinking that maybe that Pro-Am just kind of, you know, broke his mentality a little bit, right? It's, you know, got the weight off his shoulders. He's feeling good now. He's playing a little bit more freely, a little bit more relaxed.
I think partly that comes in with how relaxed Rapid is as an IGL.
Yeah.
I think he understands mistakes happen in the course of a game of Fortnite. It's just about how you react and handle those mistakes.
Crouch walk on this. Nice. Gets the pre.
Ball being taken. They're trying to push him back further and further. This is where they do have to be careful because when a fight gets chaotic, sometimes mistakes too tend to happen. But that team that they're going up against fully disengages, going underneath, one way in, one way out, and that's where Clicks and Rapid have to make the decision to disengage because it's not worth their time.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, that was sick though. Setting up the pre-edit like that, making the call to go for it. The timing was almost impeccable. But all good, Rapid and
good stuff.
End up disengaging, kind of get back to the drop.
Put on that Zia skin real quick, chat. Clicks and Rapid looking great.
Damage there, so still have an uphill battle to work against.
See in the mini map what looks like a lot of attention over towards. Goes game. Big shots being fired off. Essentially dropping him down to just a sliver of HP already. Now
King Craze.
And build their surge phases. They trade for tags and they overstay their welcome in the zone. King and Craze is looking like last chapter or last duo where Peterbot and Pollo were just W King the lobby to get their surge. That's what King and Craze are looking like right now.
Yeah, playing it like a pub game, playing it like a cash cup, staying fluid on the move, looking for action.
Kanan Sphinx.
And it's working out really well for them. You know, it plays
Looking
in
great
so
after
well
that second place.
because, again, King was putting players down in set lobbies with even, you know, circumstances. I mean, you send them on the run, and all of a sudden now that little advantage, right? Having the ambush, that play.
Two little
it's really
bases,
hard
not
to
that bad.
Take him down essentially when he has that advantage.
Especially with how quick he can maneuver around. You see Zusto, Malcolm trying to go ahead and take advantage on one. Almost looks like you can see what happened. A reboot really gave away their position.
Chat like stream snipers these days, bro.
Kind of gives up the thought of, hey, one of those guys are respawning in. Possibly only 3 builds, no real weaponry to fight against them, and that's why I feel like you see them chasing on over towards that solo.
Yeah, I was going to say, the fact that Marks wasn't building there, Zusto knows he's got a huge advantage. There it is. The Storm has the rest for him. That's just enough damage, but Malcolm, Zusto now, I feel like officially ran out of, heals here for the time being, so Zusto's kind of holding the body there. He still has the Siphon to come. Luckily, the duo.
Good stuff, good stuff.
Reed
Reed Cooper.
Well, let's be honest.
Mythic Shoddy.
See how Wonky Land's playing out right now. Contested, uncontested. I feel like Reed and Cooper are kind of ready for whatever gets thrown their way. You know, they played a divisional cup and things didn't necessarily happen the way they wanted to at Wonky Land. And since that day, I have not seen anybody play as many off-spawn practice games as Reed and Cooper. Doesn't matter who the competition is. They just want to make sure they get as many reps as possible underneath their belt. So their team in today's lobby, I wouldn't necessarily agree with contesting, but hey, sometimes you just got to play your game out. You see where the zone is pulling. Very, very familiar to last game, Monster.
Yeah, definitely. You know, just on the topic of Reed and Cooper, I mean, super fan of them both, just their personalities. I think they match each other really well, so I expect, again, Reed to continue to be that sleeper person who just performs really well, right? It almost stays out of the conversation, sneaks into top 3s and 5s. Either way, though, Veno and Agers, the activity has continued to stay up. They already have 2 eliminations, mind you. So this is just icing on the cake at this point.
What are we icing on the cake?
Off the drop, survive a little bit longer to play that game out just a little bit. This time around, they're able to win that off-spawn fight convincingly. You can see Plur and Regular just not really backing down.
I mean, of course they're gonna win the off-spawn fight, cause like,
of that damage early on. And now they have the high ground over a team like Veno
cause it's
and
a
Agers.
I'm not gonna lie, when I saw Veno and Agers kind of take control of the
It's a 4 and a 2-time FNCS champion versus
Shockwave over, I was like,
tier 10 pros? 10? Tier 10?
Look at this, a fresh set of eliminations, so much loot to choose from. This is like a mega pickup. Unfortunately, it's outside the storm. So.
Alright, how big does this guy think my camera is, bro?
Just kind of cap off what they're missing. Go right back on over to Wonky Land. The zone is relatively close to where they can use that combination of the Shockwave and the Wonky Wheel to cover distance quick. This is how they were able to pick up those eliminations. They went from actual POI Wonky Land, probably using that wheel, closing the difference towards the outskirts, and just taking advantage of a team who probably got caught off guard.
Yep, that's how it goes sometimes. You can't let your guard down, especially when someone's got the ability to rotate like that. Meanwhile, Bulgy here still has chugs to work with, so you have some heals, but I'm gonna go with the med kit first for him. I like this play, trying to reserve the chugs, of course.
Reserve chugs, guys.
Especially when you gotta realize, you know, you just got off a fight, you got an elimination. Chances of
I mean,
being able to go
Heatwave
back
Harbor
to
isn't that
Heatwave
bad
Harbor to visit that
compared to
vending
Sinister
machine,
Strip.
probably slim enough, probably not worth the risk either, so they're just gonna keep it
It's like
moving.
the Heatwave Harbor
Loot
has
that they just got,
the Mythic
trying to get to
Shotgun.
the zone, coming in from the south side of the mountain.
And then,
Could tend to be a little bit more stacked. The south and the eastern edge, where most of the lobby will begin to come in from.
And then Sinister Strip has the Harley
You
Quinn
noticed in
assault
the last
rifle.
game, landing over towards the chop shop. There's not going to be a lot of teams that rotate around this area until later on in the game. They just have to be above the game.
I guess the disadvantage would be like,
Now with no heals,
uh,
hard to tell where they stand for the most part. Take a look at this. This rotate going on here for Cooper and Reed.
I guess the disadvantage would be like not that much of a high chance at getting a
So the trick to this is, right? So if you guys want to try to do this
at getting the thing, the
use the rapid fire
mythic shotgun.
to get that out of the mini game, right? And instead of pickaxing it, the reason why you use the rapid
Similar-
fire SMG
similar
because it
zone,
deals the
huh?
least amount of damage to the
Just northwest
flotation
this
device.
time.
It'll literally bring you across the map like you see Reed and Cooper do in probably less than a minute. And this is something that kind of blown up on social media within the last couple of days. So Reed and Cooper really putting all the community's theories to the test.
Yeah, I saw someone talking about it, and they were like, wait a second, what is this? It was just some random team, right, that discovered like a really cool tactic, and all of a sudden now, of course, it's getting adopted into the competition here. Nice little find for them. Med kit. Meanwhile, you have Kanata and Sphinx camping out in the middle of their lines. Very dangerous. Not sure what their game plan is currently. Okay, it just seems like it's a pit stop on the way as they have the vending machine.
No matter what they see here, Reed and Cooper probably crouch down. They know the risk any vending machine possesses, especially this late in the game where we move from 4th zone to 5th zone, but Kanata speaks on the whole other side, not really trying to lock that one down. So Reed and Cooper are going to be able to kind of hold that position to themselves, but they got to be a bit quick here in this situation. It did go from a 1-tick zone to a 2-tick zone, and most of this lobby, as you've seen, they've spent it deep within the zone, so they got to hurry up before they start to go ahead.
They're
and
looking
take
good
that
on Storm Surge though.
Yeah, definitely. You see there, they find that extra chug. They take advantage of just trying to cap off to the best of their capabilities. But the 2-tick is just so brutal. Even when you're in the storm for this little bit of time, already it's going to cost them at least a full med kit. Now you have
2-tick
Kanata
is
Sphinx
so
with the
annoying,
same
bro.
Problems. Pocoyo has the duo right on their heels as well. Sphinx and Kanata are going to just base down here because they found themselves too close to that other team and to heal instead.
Bro, they have a max rotate, bro.
Not necessarily the worst play.
Max rotations suck, bro.
Fight inside of the zone like this. Sometimes you end up in a no-win situation where even if you win the fight,
'Cause, like,
making out
you
is gonna be
rotate
near
slowly and then, like,
impossible. Kind of continue to look around a lot of the action around the map.
You
Kind of
use up
see
your
solo
movement
clutch
items
from
and
game number
most of your
one, how
heals,
it's really
too.
impacting the leaderboard. Most of those teams landing in and around the top 5 after those solo clutch
That's
performances.
a crazy thing too.
And that's got to be a boost of confidence for all of the duos, specifically Rapid. Trying to boost his confidence right now with Clix, knowing with or without him in the game, you know, his IGL prowess, even if he's eliminated, can still play a role in Clix solo clutching.
See how good of a job they do as well. Being able to rotate and maintain that momentum.
Good rotation, Clix.
Optimizing
And
each and
Rapid.
every shockwave like that was perfect. Small find
Takes
there.
looking back.
Sphinx and Curve.
Ooh.
Nice little elimination there.
On a
Up
Sphinx.
with some points, and this is what happens when you're
I
the
know, that was
last rotate.
Cooper.
Now look, the warning's going to tell Kanata
Where'd
he's
Cooper
actually
come from?
195 below. It's a very tough spot to be in after such a strong first game. Luckily for him, he does have that cushion. And he may not be out yet. Okay, as I was going to tee it out, I was like, it's not looking too good. Creon's going to end up with the elimination and the refresh there. Well played for them.
Hopefully they can go ahead and kind of figure out what went wrong. Very, very similar zones from game 1 to game 2. Obviously this one around here in the 6th zone, we are moving a little bit more towards the south. Short celebration though for Higgs and Curve. They get that one elimination you were talking about, immediately become a target of the lobby, but only for a short second as they quickly start to rotate on out.
Top 20, 33? Does that say 33? 32. It's top 32 right now.
Teams either give an open opportunity to try to continue to connect with shots.
Yeah, too many teams got that little bit of natural elevation right now.
Ay,
They're
ay.
going to be targeting all the fresh builds.
Peter Bon Pollo.
Right here.
307
Same
above.
thing like the other
Ooh,
teams.
wait, hold up.
Self-protected, but Warrior gets
Ooh.
rolled up on. Peter Pot's here to back him up.
Let's
And a
go.
quick turn of events
Oh
right
my.
there for one
Oh
team.
my goodness.
Another as well. What
Peter
is happening?
Bot.
It's like the spider's web. They're catching everyone coming through.
And there's It's just another one from behind. Yet again, they're just
Bro,
pouring in
that was a
one
free
after the next,
2
after the
eliminations,
next.
bro.
Peter's
That's
just taking
insane.
him out, crossing him off the list. Big shot being traded off from Tenya though to slow down the roll that Peter
Bro,
has
Poyo's
on.
just like
And
chilling,
this is
bro.
the thing I feel about this duo. We're always talking about how great Peterbot is. Obviously,
that guy
since
goes
the
down the
Summit land,
storm.
people calling Poyo probably one of the best players in NA as of now. I feel like they have like small competitions within one another to see who gets more eliminations, who has better solo clutches, and when just right now,
Nice,
getting a
Peter.
little chaotic, they know how to play together as a team.
Yeah, that was so
20 HP, we gotta chill. We gotta chill, Peter. Chill. Heal up, heal up, heal
Just
up.
trying to really punish the team behind them that thought they were going to be able to jump into their box. And it cost them a fair bit of their remaining heals, but in the end, it alleviates the pressure from the duo. They have enough mats to take the distance here.
We're chilling, bro. We're chilling, Pete.
No one goes fast enough. There's a nice upgrade for them.
You just hear all that noise, all that fighting going down underneath. You just gotta take it a step by step, assessing the situation. Shots come off on their layer, so they're gonna backtrack in their steps.
Who's on high ground? Reed
Cooper, though,
Cooper?
all the way from Wonky Land. They're gonna be the first team on the high ground. 7th zone though, we've already seen
That is Reed and
one
Cooper
that
on high
could be
ground.
A little bit early to try to invest everything.
Yeah, I was gonna say, pretty impressive for them to be the team right now to try to identify as the high ground duo.
Kingaling.
2 games in a row now position themselves up for hype. Here's
Kingaling and Craze looking
A
good.
bit less of an elimination tear that they're on this game, but nonetheless, they're one of the healthiest here coming off of a fresh refresh there. So very big
Me
material
now.
in their inventory. Meanwhile, Venno Ager's looking very strong and healthy as well here. This time not as
Mythic assault
down
rifle,
low
looking
ground lane in
great.
the mid layer. So we're probably going to be seeing
Is it
a
2 mythics
high-ground
now?
fight.
2 mythics? I think it's 2 mythics. Adris probably has the
I
shotgun.
feel like this Slavia stack of teams that have the potential to go for the high ground is King and Craze. It's going, looking towards the backside of zone. They have the benefit of the doubt. 900
Poyo
above the damage
gets the kill on the
threshold.
feed.
That's not a worry. They just have to wait for 3 players to go down. Poyo gets another elimination. Kind of
Clicks and Rapid.
On one side, we got Golden. On the other, we got Clicks and Rapid. I knew I didn't
they're
see
struggling with
Cooper no
Storm
longer on
Surge,
the high
though.
ground as Clicks and Rapid are the team to overtake them, but they're below the damage
We need
threshold.
damage, guys. We
Yeah,
need
just a couple
damage.
Players have to fall here, and they realistically are the only team there. They just need a little bit of damage, but no one's revealing themselves. So much metal and just hugely fortified bases around.
Nice.
them. They
Rapid
can't
gets a few
afford to
tags.
Open fire.
Good little rotation.
Finally, they get some damage there.
Ooh, wait. Go up, go
Lost
up.
them a fair
Or, no,
bit.
never mind,
Rapid's
never mind.
Really hurt on that rotate, actually. It's Peterbot and Poyo.
Oh my
taking it over
goodness.
high ground, and now it's his playground to mess around with. They're doing what they need to do, elevating themselves ever so higher. This is a perfect spot.
Peter
for
and
them now.
Poyo on the high ground.
Just
Beautiful
fell
high
tips
retake.
in, flying through the sky. Poyo's
Beautiful
the one
high
that's
take, I
credit
mean.
for that one. But like you said, kind of reinforcing their position, building up higher.
King of
so they
Lane,
can
Craze.
hear the warning of those
3
shockwaves
eliminations on the
if any
board.
team looks to contest them. King of Craze probably
Who's
have
gonna
no
call?
plans for that being a possibility. They've just been dominating this low ground, even without elimination. They're pushing team after team off of their layer, making sure they control as much of the tempo as possible, even bypassing Reek and Cooper, building above them so they have the double edits. in case
chilling
they
on the
try to
high
continue
ground.
that path.
Yeah, I don't really see much in the way to stop King and Crazy.
Poyo
They've
could
been
go
playing so
down
well.
frag.
If you look at the rotates that they're putting out as well, there's no one giving them any resistance, but meanwhile,
Pigs
Pigs
and
and
Curve.
are the team on the low ground. There's always one, and for now, it's them right here. They seem to be running things up right now. 4 eliminations, plenty to work with as well as far as heals are concerned. Here comes
Solo
the shots
shock.
to the outskirts. Really
Ooh.
nicely done, but targeted from Peterbot Poyo up top. That Mythic AR just shreds the moment he
Goodness.
catches contact.
Yeah, nobody can kind of reveal themselves for too long before they risk going down. Clicks and Rapid. You see the struggles that they're going through.
Clicks and
not
Rapid
on
are
the field
ultimate
to try to
low.
find elimination. They did get a knock.
Somebody
King and
gets
Craze
the
finally
chop.
have their plan settled out.
Trying to
They're
chop.
looking up, trying to chop them down,
But they're
draw
still
the
high
attention
ground.
of Peter
Clicks gets a
Bond.
kill on the
They know
feed.
that's the second height team, the threat that they need to watch
Clicks
out
gets
for.
hit hard.
Venno, Agers, Higgs, Curve. You see
Forced
them
to
working in the
do a
backside of the
massive
zone as well.
rotate.
Yeah, King and Craze probably looking to set up the shockwave. You see them crouched up, just again peeking through those cones.
Peterbot
waiting for
takes
an
Clicks
opportunity.
out, bro.
Anyone moving on the outsides, King's got that covered as well. They just seem to have their bases fully locked in right now. There comes some pressure from a team up top, but again, not enough to make them have to worry.
Rapid's a solo.
Distractions on though. Rapid
12,
now
11,
forced to put up a
10
close-like
bit.
performance here by himself.
Poyo
Save
goes
this
down.
Venno
Hold
fun
up.
here. Active activity here that's actually onto Boyo. Okay, and now they end up with high ground. So we already saw Boyo and Peterbot getting a little bit desperate. They were starting to run out of material.
Hold up, 3 builds.
And it does start to come to light here.
Yeah, that was Peterbot. You're talking about somebody's dropping down. It was him from above trying to get any of these refreshes.
Kingling!
So he finally runs into King, and King cuts him short. 5th elimination for this duo.
Veno gets
but even
King.
King gets cut short. What is today, Monster? It seems like solo clutch performance after solo clutch performance. Even Veno having to leave Agers
Rapid
behind.
goes
He's
down to
healing
Storm.
up. Veno's building the path. This might be one of the stronger duos we have left alive in this game.
Yeah, definitely. And Veno's just playing so well. He just takes down each of those eliminations. We're seeing him continue to shine here, but look at this.
Playing
Craze,
Chug.
although he lost King, is still playing it out by himself right now. He's at 7 eliminations. Veno, Ager still going. Afonso falls here as well. And now they're working their way down, going through the motions here. A little bit of a refresh for Veno's going to set them up nice. Cooper and Rito from the high ground down to the depths here are forced to try to play this from the low ground.
Yeah, you can see 2 different med kits. You gotta wonder what the HP's like. Higgs, the only solo left in this game right now. 17 builds, but no chance to recover any HP outside of elimination. Veno, Agers push into a whole other team. Gets the full box. Damage is there, but they're able to slither their way on out the bottom of that box. Veno and Agers, though, just trying to go ahead and dominate this layer, pushing all these teams off. But right now, it's high ground that they have to worry about.
High ground, we haven't quite seen what their material counts are looking for. They get double chopped there, sharing the builds. Veno goes up, taking full advantage. But
Veno gets one. Ooh. Nice.
As well. Each of them with their wins, but they get shocked out. He comes back.
Good
they
stuff.
manage to recover themselves there. We're about to see a 2v2 with Contrap in the mix.
It's just really telling where the contract goes up, gives an advantage to Reed and Cooper, but he's working his way on down, trying to take the fight against them themselves. Veno and Age are still up above. He's figuring out a way to kind of go underneath the radar, not be noticed up until now, but eventuality will happen. The zone will close, and that where he has to try to make a move.
Contract goes
That's where
down.
Reed shuts him down. Veno and Agers drop down from above. They trade eliminations back and forth. Agers in a 1v1 against Cooper.
No.
And it's Reed and Cooper out of nowhere that steal away their limelight and advance to the grand finals.
Contrap came through, was just a distracting factor.
No way, bro.
The other exchanges the shots. That's that little bit of unpredictability.
That's insane, bro. That's no way.
What a game.
What a game.
Deal, MDF, no big deal. Just a global champion going ahead and say, hey, you know what, at major finals, I guess I'll go ahead and claim a spot going on over. Not a big deal. And of course, Kelly, I know you're excited because he's paired up with Reed, and that's your favorite player.
Listen, I don't want to be biased, except I do. Reed and Cooper coming out on top for the final moments to engage that fight. They probably knew that Veno and Agers were up on height, and so they waited. They were patient in that final moments, Vivid, and that's really where it came down to AJ versus Cooper. And listen, we all know Agers is an incredible fighter, but Cooper, the global champion, man, you know he's never done enough.
I mean, Cooper just kind of running around on the low ground. I like the catchphrase there, just keep on shooting, man. It looked like he had so many
Bro.
to keep hitting, right? Had to go ahead and hit the knockdown body, so he kind of got the snipe and then kind of joined the mixer to help him out just a little bit. And then he turns around a little 180 to go ahead and close things out. But game 2, man, a little bit crazy. This one went actually all the way to distance. We almost closed.
Blood, I just left his
the
team
zone
and
here,
now...
closed in
Nah, that's
to the
insane.
Storm. And listen, over the course of the first 2 heats, man, these games were kind of ending early. But
Reed
with two
and
healthy
Cooper.
players left alive, they kind of pushed it all the way to the limits here. But it was a great
So they
battle
traded.
between
Cooper
Veno
gets
and Agers
Veno.
and Cooper and Reed. But when everything was said and done, Cooper
He
kind of turns
hit
around, hits
Agers
the
and then-
shot necessary, and you can kind of see
Nice.
those errors. He just had a sliver of each beat to do it. But Cooper clutches up.
My gosh, man, if you had told me this was like, if you just said, hey, Zeke, this is the finals lobby, I would 100%.
All right, Chad, we're going into a break. We're gonna look at the leaderboard real quick. Low key, chat. What's the point of me streaming this? You know, like nobody's even. Okay, so we got Cooper and Reed in first, Agers and Veno in second, Peter and Poyo in fifth. Good top 10 right now. Kanata and Sphinx did go down to 9th, so that's kind of bad. Yeah, low key, I'll just do a 1v1 on stream and then like. And then like, infinite in stream chat. So yeah. Oh yeah, bro. When does this 200? Did bro just turn on his hacks? He's so scared of me, chat. Alright, chat. See y'all later. We will stream Grand Finals, but we will not stream in Legends Landing, so peace out.